Hello and welcome to this Premier League review. Today we're going to be looking at tonight's fixture between Brighton and Southampton, and then a quick recap of Sunday's games, Wolves and Burnley, and then the game between Everton and West Ham. So if you are new around here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and also leave a like on the video if you are new. It really does help the channel out, helps more people find it, and it really does help the channel grow. But I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get straight into tonight's fixture. I really enjoyed this game. It was a really end-to-end stuff. So I would say over the first half, Southampton were by far the better side. They had more chances. They created a lot more chances. They had a really good chance just before the goal where Danny Ings probably should have converted, but he didn't. Brighton, they were a little bit all over the place at times. They didn't even have a shot on target for the first half. Very disappointing. But the goal was an absolute delight from Højbjerg. He hit it from about 25 yards out and it was just unstoppable. It was right in the corner. There was nothing Matty Ryan could have done about it. A beautiful finish that gave Southampton the lead. And that is how it remained until half-time. That was after 35 minutes, so 10 minutes before half-time. In the second half, Brighton really stepped up the momentum, really stepped up the tempo as well. And they weren't creating, good chances, and then they conceded a penalty. Gaetan Bong bringing down Shane Long, and Danny Ings stepped up and coolly put it into the corner of the goal to make it 2-0 to Southampton. And there was a stat earlier on that Southampton had dropped 11 points from winning position since Mark Hughes took over, and unfortunately this is another time where they have dropped points. 2 minutes after that, a free kick from Anthony Knockaert and Shane Duffy gave Brighton a lifeline, a really important goal that made it 2-1. And then they started to push. Brighton brought on Jahanbakhsh and Locadia, who was absolutely dreadful. It was terrible. Really disappointing showing from him, but they tried to change the game. Southampton brought on Gabbiadini and then Ward-Prowse before bringing on Davis for Ings, who scored the penalty, and he came off, and then they tried to sit back a little bit more. Right at the end, I think it was a corner kick came in, and a foul by Ward-Prowse on Duffy. He got past him, and then there was a push, and it was a penalty right at the death, 90th minute plus, and Glenn Murray, call as you like, straight down the middle, hit it in. McCarthy, he dived to his left, and it went 2-2. Overall, I think a draw was a fair result. There wasn't a lot between both sides. Brighton probably were the better side, but at the end of the day, I think they deserved a point from this game. They battled at times. They were poor at times, but I think they deserved a point. Just looking through, there was a really good performance from Duffy. I was quite impressed with Redmond. I thought Redmond had quite a good game first half, causing several problems. Bertrand as well, backing him up. Down the left-hand side, they were causing all sorts of problems for Montoya and Knockaert. But Knockaert's second half really came into the game and really changed the game and probably helped Brighton massively towards getting that point. So really good point overall for Chris Hughton's men. Just to touch on the games yesterday, I didn't watch most of Wolves versus Burnley. From what I saw, they were very lucky that they only won 1-0. It could have been more. Burnley could have been hammered. 30 attempts on goal by Wolves. That's incredible. Just compared to 7 by Burnley. They were totally outplayed. It's worrying times for Burnley. They had a couple of chances. Vidra had a really good chance, and they could not get an equaliser. Jimenez scoring the only goal of the game. Matt Doherty assist, who I was really impressed with. He may be a part of my team of the week tomorrow or Wednesday, whenever that comes out. But certainly They deserve the 3 points, and that really does just put Wolves into the top half, which is good. I think they deserve that from their performances. Burnley, they are currently bottom of the league, just 1 point, 10 goals already shipped, which is something that Sean Dyche needs to sort out fast. Finally, the game between Everton and West Ham. This was a really big surprise. Yarmolenko gave West Ham the lead. A great bit of play between Obiang and Arnautovic. Arnautovic ran through and then pulled it back for Yarmolenko, who put it in for 1-0. Overall, I thought Everton had the better of the play, and this goal was sort of against the run of play. Second goal was after half an hour. Yarmolenko again cutting in after Pickford. His was it rollout? I think it was. That was a really poor bit of distribution that ended up with this goal. But Yarmolenko with a cracking strike. Just before half-time, a great ball in by John Joe Kenny, and Sigurdsson with a bullet header made it 2-1. And I thought, Everton are going to come back and win. But no, that's not what happened. Obiang setting up Arnautovic to make it 3-1 after 60 minutes. They tried to change things. Nias came on for Tosin, who was very ineffective. Lookman came on as well. But I was really impressed with the West Ham front three. Yarmolenko, Anderson and Arnautovic caused the back four of Everton so many problems, and they just looked a bit inexperienced. There's not much experience in Digne, Zuma, Holgate and Kenny, and that really showed. Digne was so far forward, Kenny was so far forward, and it allowed so much space for both Yarmolenko and Anderson to work in. Really good performance by them. Also Noble, Obiang and Rice in the centre also looked really solid and really helped the defence out. But yeah, an overall really good performance by West Ham, and they were so clinical in front of goal. Only 4 shots on target, but 3 of them went in. They get the first 3 points of the season, which is really important. They're finally off the mark. Also, they haven't picked up any points before then. So just with those games, Burnley are now bottom. Southampton and Brighton stay in 13th and 14th. So they're still where they were before. Everton are in 10th. West Ham are up to 16th. And Burnley at bottom. Wolves up to 9th as well. So really good 3 points for Wolves and West Ham. West Ham were desperate for that. Wolves needed to get a win at home. You know, they'd drawn both games against Everton and Manchester City, so they needed to get a win away from home, and that's and that's exactly what they've done. Brighton to come back 2 goals late on. Really good performance by them in the second half. They really worked hard for those points. Concerning for Southampton that they keep dropping points. They need to stop that, or they will be in another relegation battle. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press a thumbs up. But thanks so much for watching anyway. My name is Mike, and I will see you soon.